Fun one. Got wet there at the end, but I mean, came in here, got a little rushed on the pregame stuff, and went out there not with my best stuff. It felt like, and just decided to close it off and get after it and let the chips fall where they may, and it ended up being a good day.
All right, thank you. Bob was first.
Yeah, well, you just said you maybe didn't have your best stuff. Were you not feeling that good in the bullpen, and then once you got out for the game, the stuff got better, obviously, or what do you think happened?
I think it was more so like going into the pen and guys kind of joke about your best days or whenever you have your worst bullpen pregame. And I didn't know if that was going to be the case because I think we got here and they went into extras or whatever the case was the game before. And it felt like we were shortened up on I don't want to say the regular routine, but definitely had to alter it a little bit. And so in the bullpen, I don't think I had two out of my however many pitches and just went out there and kind of trusted it and just let it rip. And it was, it was good.
Well, what all was working for you today?
I would have to say the fastball and the curveball were my go-to. It seemed like all game long, try to change up here or there. Wasn't really that great, was leaving them up and tried a slider. It was kind of getting touched or fouled off when it usually is my go-to pitch. So made the adjustment, I think, right around the third or end of the second inning and just wrote it out from there.
And then you were within one strike of that perfect game, 7-inning game,
Yeah.
so dominant. But you came back and regrouped and got the strike out there to end the inning. Kind of, how disappointing was that to be so close? And then kind of how'd you regroup there?
I mean, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't going through my mind that last inning to go out there. I was really pulling for the boys to get to 10 runs and just so it would shorten it up and make it just a little bit easier. And then when it came down to that last pitch, I thought we were almost shifted over because usually we seem to shift me over on a lefty. I believe that was who was batting. And I thought it was right to, I believe it was Nesbitt at short. And I looked through and see Battles even got to the ball. And I was like, if there's anyone that's going to make this play, it's going to be Jalen Battles just firing this one over the first. And I was praying he was almost, whoever the guy hitting was, tripped, fell, whatever, and it was just going to be game over.
Okay, I might have a couple more, but I'll turn it back. Thanks, Lael.
Yep.
Andrew is next.
Lyle, you mentioned you kind of knew it there in the seventh inning, but did you realize you had a perfect game? Like, when did you realize that you were dealing a perfect game?
I think it was right. I came out after coming out of the fifth. I can't remember which inning it was. I want to say it was the fifth when there was a line drive to Robert Moore, and I think that was kind of when I was like, okay, we got 2 more innings here, guys. Put up 10 runs. We'll get this run roll, and it's just that 7 innings was kind of like, all right, let's get after it and see if we can do this thing.
And this year, sometimes getting through the fourth or the fifth, you'll be good up to that point, and then you struggle to get through those innings. What was the difference tonight? How were you able to kind of get over that hump?
So I think a lot of it was mentality-wise. It wasn't thinking pitch count, trying to stretch the game. It was attack every hitter, every out, all the same, starting from the very first pitch rather than stressing out over trying to extend or whatever the case was. And just if I go 3 innings and can throw up 3 zeros, great. If I can go longer, awesome. But just trying to go as long as I can for the guys and keep throwing up zeros.
And the last thing I got, you had those 3 straight kind of rough starts, and then you actually came out of the bullpen in a midweek game, and it seems like that kind of really got you back on track. What was it? Do you think that's what got you on track, or how did you get things turned around?
I would say that's absolutely the point where it was, don't worry about pitch count, don't worry about anything. You're coming out the pen, throw up a few zeros, 1 0, whatever the case is, and just get after guys. And I think that was a big mentality shift for me. It wasn't anything mechanical. It was just purely mindset in my eyes.
Got Tom next.
Yeah, hey Lyle, Andrew just got after all my questions, but do you feel personally, like a weekend starter, that this kind of performance put you in there for the regional?
I mean, for me, it really doesn't matter how it ends up. Whatever happens coming into this regional, whoever's throwing the ball, I think all guys on our staff are going to look at the same way, give us the best chance. Doesn't matter if we're piecing a start together or piecing a game together. I think guys on this staff, doesn't matter who you give the ball to, are going to go out there, throw up zeros, and just fight for the guys in the dugout.
McAllister gave you a really good at bat in the first inning, I think a 9-pitcher, and then he's the guy who had the hit in the 7th. What were you trying to get him with there?
I think in the 7th was that last pitch. I I can't believe, I think it was the pitch before, it was a fastball. I think it was maybe a 60-40 ball, if I remember right. And I was just praying he was going to give me strike 3 there. Didn't get it. I think next pitch we went fastball away, and I think that was the only pitch on the night where I was kind of like, all right, let's really rear back, just try and get after it. Saw it go through the 6-hole. Jalen gets to it, and I was like, if he makes the play, and I'll treat Jalen to a dinner, whatever the case is. But, it was fun, that's for sure.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I think we've got another for Bob.
Yeah, well, I know you threw some good games at Houston, and you had some good games here before this. But where does this rank as far as your best game, or right up there? What do you think?
I think this is right up there with me, if not the best one, just because of kind of everything that was on the line leading up to it. I don't think I've ever been close to anything like a no-hitter wise, perfect game wise in my career, going back to high school, travel ball, summer ball, whatever the case is. And just, it was fun. It's up there for me, though.
And we know Peyton's out for the year now. Do you feel like, hey, I can help step up and help fill a void there?
Absolutely. I have the confidence in all my stuff, the mentality. I have the confidence in the guys in the dugouts putting up runs. I mean, as long as I go out there, trust my stuff, and fill it up, I think I have a really good chance every time I step out on the mound.
Yeah, I got a question about Opitz too, but maybe for something down the line. Just this is your first year with them. What's it been like throwing to Casey? Just what do you think of him as a catcher and what he does for you and the other pitchers?
It seems like if the zone opens up every time Opitz is behind the plate, he's going to steal you, whether it's a ball or two off, up, down, left, right. He just makes it easier on you. You don't have to think about pitches because he's already 2 steps ahead, thinking everything through. So you just got to rear back and let it fly.
And he calls most of the pitches. I think the coaching staff really trusts his judgment, and I guess the pitchers do too. What do you think about the way he handles the pitching staff and calling the game and stuff?
You couldn't ask for anybody better behind the plate. If there's someone I want to pitch to, it's Casey Opitz. That's 100%. He's going to keep guys in check at first. It seems like no one's going to run on him, whatever the case is. And there's no one I'd want behind plate each and every day.